Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So let's discuss about how to handle pause data check in Odoo 16. Financial balance is regarded as the backbone of an organization. When a firm deals with sales or purchase, practical accounting is required. As a result, customers can make a variety of payment and customers can pay billed amount in cash or through bank transfer. Dealing with check is not simple as dealing with other forms of payment. If the consumer sends a check, the payment is only applied to our company's account on the check date. As a result, handling such inspections in accounting is challenging. The Odoo assists in effective management of these operations. If a consumer writes a check to us for a future date, the check is referred to as pause data check, which is PDZ, and before the date indicated on the check, it can be cashed or deposited. Now let's look how PDC can be handled in Odoo 16 using default features. For pause data check transaction, we can build a new journal. So first, get into the accounting module. Under configuration tab, select the journal. So under the section accounting, you can see journals. Here you can see all the previously created journal with its journal name, type and journal group, short code as well as the default account. In order to create a new journal, just click on new button. Here we have to give the name of the journal as check. And we have different types of journals such as sales, purchase, cash, bank and miscellaneous. The four categories are customer invoices for, sales for customer invoices, purchase for vendor bills, and cash and bank for vendor or customer payment journals, and miscellaneous is used for miscellaneous operations. So here we have to set the type as bank. So as you choose the type as bank, you can see we have got additional fields in this window, and here you need to set the bank account. Here you can give the bank account as check. For that you have to first give the code. So let me create a new account. Is check. So let me click on create and edit, and here you can see the type of this account is set to current asset account. Now let me save and close this, and you can also see a suspense account. Here you have to also give the profit loss account as well as the short code, which is mandatory. So let me set the short code first. You can give the short code as PDZ because we are performing pause data check. So in order to easy identification, you have to give the short code. Now let me also give the profit account and loss account. So as you save the journal that you have created, you would be able to see Odoo will automatically configure the profit account and loss account. So let's get into the internal link of each account. So when you get into the internal link of the suspense account, you would be able to see that the type is used as current asset. And let's back. Now the profit account type would be income account. And if you want to set the tags for filtration purposes, you can set that, which is many to many fields. So you could add multiple tags for filtration purposes. And you can just get into the internal link of loss account. And here you would be able to see that the type of the account is set to expense account. Here you have to also set the incoming payments and outgoing payments. So when you go to the incoming payments, you have to set the payment method as manual and the name as manual also. And here you also need to ensure that you have outstanding receipts account. So here we can give the outstanding receipts account as first. You have to mention the code of the account and you have to give it as PDC receivable. Now click on create and edit. Here you would be able to see that the PDZ account type should be current asset or liability. Now you can save and close this. And when you go to the outgoing payments, here you can just remove this checks and you can mention the payment method and name as well as outgoing payment account. So here you have to set it as PDZ payable. So you can give the code for that, and after that mention it as PDC payable. Now click on create and edit. So this would let you to set the account as current asset or liability. So ensure that you have set the account type as current asset or liability. So currently I'm setting the PDC payable account as current asset. Now you can just save and close this. And the PDC accounts, that is outstanding accounts, are used as temporary accounts. Now let's create an invoice. So for that, just go to the customer invoices, and here you can just click on new button to create a new invoice. So let's choose the customer as Samuel. Okay, so we are creating a new customer, which is Samuel Geo, and let me give the invoice date as today's date, and you can create a due date, which is yeah, on 18th. So we will be creating an yeah. Now let's create an invoice. For that, you can just click on new, and let's use a customer named Samuel. Generate an invoice for $5,200 dollar, and after 7 days from the invoice date, the payment date was set. Okay, so here you can choose a customer Samuel, and you can set the date as today's date, and we will be generating a due date as 18, which is 7 days from the invoice date. And you can choose a product over here. So let me choose customizable desk as a product, and let's change the quantity, the price of the product as $5,200. Now you can just save and confirm this invoice. So as you confirm this invoice, you would be able to see that the invoice will be moving from its draft state to the posted state. Now you can see the report from the partner ledger. So in order to see the transactions in the partner ledger, go to the reporting, and you can just get the partner ledger over here. So you would be able to see the partner, that is Samuel Geo, with his all the details such as debit amount and the credit, as well as amount currency and the balance amount. And if you want to view the journal, just click on this icon. So you would be able to open the journal items, and if you want to reconcile directly from here, you can see also reconcile that. You would be also get the invoice reference number and the date of the invoice also. Then consider the customer has made a check payment. To do so, go to the customers tab, then choose payment. And let's create a new payment. Click on new. And here you have to set the payment type as receive. And here you can choose the customer Samuel Geo, and you can set the total amount that we have given in the invoice, that is $5,200. And here you can set the invoice date as that of the future date. So that will be on 18, because we are creating a PDC, right? So here you can provide the journal as post dated check. And you also have to choose the bank, journal as check, because we are making post dated check. Now you can see the payment method will be set to manual, and if you want to set the company bank account, you can also set that. And after that, you can just save the payment and confirm the payment. So the payment will be moving from the draft state to posted state. So when you back to the when you move on to the posted state, you would be able to see the journal entry and payment and all. So when you go to the journal entry, you would be able to see the journal items such as PDC receivable and account receivable. So as you know that PDC receivable is an asset account. So as asset increases, it will be shown in the debit side, and as the asset decreases, it will be moving to the credit side. And you can see under that one payment. So here you would be also see the customer payment with the amount, and that is set to post dated check. Now let's back to the payment that we have created. Now you can also see that the name will be set to as PPDC 2023 with its reference number. So the payment name will be converting as this. Now let's go to the reporting to get the aged receivables. So you will be able to see an entry of the invoice just created. So here we can see the entry that is created. Since the bank entry has not established yet, you can see the amount over here, which at the date. And if you want to view the invoice, just click on here so that you can view the journal entry. And if you want to change the expected payment date, you can change that directly from the report. So here you can see all other details. Like when you click on that, you can direct into the invoice of the aged receivable and click on annotate. So if you want to annotate anything, you can just give the text in this footnote. And yeah, now when you're back to the reportings of partner ledger, here you would be able to see the Samuel Geo with its entries. That is, two entries will be created. One is for the entry of the invoice that is generated, and one will be for the future date. So here you can see both entries are here with its debit amount and the credit amount, and one of the amount is shown as the positive, and the other amount will be shown in negative. The amount that is shown in positive will be of the invoice that is generated, and the amount that to be that is shown in negative sign will be for the pause dated check. So when you consider both the amount, the net value of this, or the net amount of this amount, will be considered as zero. As a check, it is pause dated check, and the fund have not been credited to our account. Now let's make a bank statement for the payment we just made, and select the bank option to create a statement from the dashboard. So you can just move on to the dashboard, and here you can see the journal that we have created and the total amount of transaction that has that to be taken place. And let's click on back. So here you would be able to see the payment that we have created, and now we have to create a statement against this payment. For that, you can just click on new button, so that you have to set the label over here. So let me set the label as check, and here you can also choose the um, partner, and we can set the amount over here. So this is the total amount. It is mandatory to give the foreign currency. So let me give the foreign currency as USD. And you also need to give the foreign currency total amount. So here you have to give the latest amount of the currency. Create a bank statement against the payment. For that, you have to set the date, label as check, and you can choose a partner. The partner that we have given in the invoice, and here you can provide the total amount that we have given in the invoice, and you can also choose a foreign currency. So let me choose a foreign currency as INR. So here you have to give the currency by converting that into INR. So when you convert $5,200 into INR, it will be 428 305.80, and you can set see the journal is bank, and you can just save and close this. Now we need to reconcile. So in order to reconcile, we need to validate this payment against the statement. So you can choose the statement that is the payment that we have created right now, and you can also choose the payment. So now here you can see the payment, and the statement is currently shown here with its currency. One is in negative and the other one is in positive. Now when you click on validate, you would be able to see that currently this is matched, and when you back to the customers invoices, you can see the amount is currently in paid state. Now open the invoice, and you would be able to see that the state is changed to paid, and when the payment mode is checked, the payment is completed after receiving the check, but the amount is not deposited into our account. As a result, the ledger balance is shown and payment credited to the company amount until the balance changes only after the bank reconciliation is completed. And you can see all the amount as well as the due amount with all other details. So hope this concept of PDAZ is clear for you. Thank you for watching the video.